Hey guys, it's Halloween time, month of October, and this is another board game that specializes in horror. This is called Betrayal at the House on the Hill. It's a really cool game. So there's a group of people. They are painted. They look like that. They're not that tiny. They're a little taller. And they go to this house on the hill. Here's what it says on the back. Take a deep breath before you enter. It might be your last. Your fear will grow with each tile you place. You investigate a house filled with dreadful monsters and deadly secrets. As you brave your way through each unique room, you and the other explorers must rely on each other to survive the horrors that await. But beware, the house will turn one of you against the rest. It will take all of your strengths and skills to defeat the traitor and escape the betrayal of the house on the hill. With 50 fiendish scenarios, including 7 new haunts and dozens of danger-filled rooms, you return to the house again and again as often as you dare, and never face the same game twice. It's cool looking. So, this game's been around for a while. We like it. We haven't played nearly 50 scenarios. We probably played 3 or so, maybe a few more. But it's a really cool game, and I'm showing this for a couple of reasons. One is it's a game you can play this time of year and have fun with it. I like the traitor aspect in it. At one point, somebody becomes a traitor, and you kind of, I won't say draw lots, but there's a system to see who it is. The traitor then realizes they're the traitor, and then the other people have to try to figure out what to do with the traitor. We don't know you know who the traitor is, but you don't know what their goal is, what they're supposed to do to win the game. You know what you're supposed to do, and the traitor doesn't know that, but the traitor knows what he or she has to do. So that's pretty cool. Now, the reason I've started with that, it's not the game I'm going to focus on, though. Picked this up tonight for, I don't even say how little I paid for this. When it was new. I took the shrink wrap off it earlier. The box got a little bit of a dent in it, but I'm not really too concerned with it for what I paid. Other than that, it was new, shrink wrapped, and it still hasn't been punched or anything. This is Betrayal Legacy. So, great concept, and if you're not familiar with board games, and you may not be, a legacy game, what a legacy game is in most cases you play it one time. So, what happens is there's more of a story to it. In this case, it's talking about how the house got to be the way it is in the current iteration. So you go through numerous generations of families who move into the house and what happens to each family. And you uncover some things about the house as you go through. And while you're going through this, there's going to be cards that you get that'll have things. I'm getting like a cold or something. There's a card you'll get that'll ask for things like put a sticker on it. You get all these stickers with the game. And based on what sticker you put on it, certain things will be true now about that card forever. In some cases, people will die. And if the character dies in the game, they're gone. A new character may come in with a new story, but that character's dead. Generations will pass. That first generation of heroes that you start with will be gone. They'll either die or succeed or whatever will happen to them, and then another generation will come in. So the legacy aspect of it is it goes on for numerous games. It changes the game. Normally, the game when the legacy game is over, it's done because you've ripped up cards, you've marked the board, you've done a lot of things to alter the game that you can never play it again. But you played it one time, but what an adventure you'll have. You might play it 20 times and then it's done. 20 hours and you're done. But this one says when you finished it, you'll have a complete game you can play again and again. But it'll be unique to the experience you had when you played the legacy aspect. So the house will become what it is, and how it got to be that will be the way you made it happen over your decisions. And I mentioned there's lots of possible outcomes. So it's an RPG game of sorts. I think I know who I want to play this with. I've got a husband and wife and group that likes to play RPGs, but they've been wanting to play like a board game RPG. I think this is perfect. The concept of it, simple. It's not a difficult game to play. For ages 12 and up. I'll show you. So Some of the stuff that's in it. It's going to be similar to the first game, obviously. You're going to have similar types of components. They want it to be. They want it to be reminiscent of. Yet there's an envelope and then a box that's underneath everything in here as I opened it up. It says, don't open it until you're requested to do so. There's also a stack of cards in here that say, and this is very, very typical of any betrayal or any legacy game, I should say. Come on. The lid's on there nice. So, you still got stuff this is stuff you punch out here. Then you get a whole list of stickers. So you will put on various things. And then you've got, I don't know what these are. There are a whole bunch of them. A through G and 1 through 6 are on this sheet here. You might be able to see that. And when I peel this off, I'm imagining there's going to be another sticker to peel off of that. And then that gets pasted into the book that comes with this. So there'll be a spot for it that says put A here. I'll show you what that looks like in the book. You got your rule book. When you come to a spot that says, right here, place sticker A here, and that sticker goes right across, and that's a rule that you have to follow, but you don't know what it is until you get to it for various reasons. Here's a page right here that says stop. Don't open this last page until you finish the book, finish the whole game, finish the campaign. So that'll tell you something there. And then each one of these have different plots. Here's the rules thing that's going to go there. A sticker that's going to go there. Like I said, once you've experienced what these new rules are, you will have a complete book that you made based on some of your decisions and based on some things that are supposed to happen. And then you've got the cards. You've got a starter deck that looks like this. This is how you start the game. It's numbered. You go through it. That sets up the game. Then you get into this, Part 1 Legacy Deck. It says right on it, stop. Don't open this pack until you're asked to do so. So that stays like this. And there's another one just like it, Legacy Deck Part 2. And you're not going to open these until such time as the game tells you to, till you get till you earned it. And another one here called the Purgatory Deck. No clue. And there's a set of these called the planks, and each one of these are different rooms that I think you punch out. Yeah, you punch these out. But it says here, put these in here, don't change the order of them, and don't look at them until you're asked to do so. So that's cool. Two things below, you've got pre-painted miniatures, similar to the other game, which I think is a nice touch. You got a guy with a torch. Tons of torch there or not. That's cool. And there's a lady in a pink dress. An older gentleman who's holding a lantern. No, what's he doing? He's not doing anything. He's just kind of there. You got his hand in a fist, I guess. In the first game, they're holding a lantern. This guy's just kind of walking along. Yeah. Very cool. And there's all sorts of things, like I said, you punching out of here that you use. For those of you who are not familiar with this type of a board game, this is certainly an involved game. There's a journal that you'll read as you go through. There's a trader's tome. When you become the trader, you go through this and look up what you have to do, depending on what scenario you're playing, to win the game. And then if you're one of the other ones who aren't that trader, your secrets of survival will tell you how you can beat the trader at their own game. That's cool. So cards and some dice, various components that I see you punch out here. You start out with these rooms right here. There's an entrance hall and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's really cool. We'll punch these things out soon. I just haven't done it yet. Just like the look of it the way it is right now. That's Betrayal Legacy. Got it for cheap. I got it. It's the right time of year for it, I think, Halloween. And I want to start it soon. So we'll see what happens. I want to get that. I want to have a group that I can get together with to play it. So I'm going to reach out to this couple and say, hey, would you be interested in playing this? Read about it, look it up, whatever you need to do. Let's pick up this mat for a game called Spirit Island today. It's huge. So you get these neoprene, if you're familiar with that substance, mat that you can, in place of the board, you can use this. It's much bigger, it's much more detailed, pretty artwork on it. It's made, the people who made the game made the mat. It was a promo item. It's no longer available, I'm told. I was able to pick it up for what I consider to be a good price. So, yeah. What I need to do is get it uncreased. It was stored in a funky way. I think rather than stored the way I would have, like this, they store it folded, and so it's got some fold issues. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look at not only Betrayal on the House on the Hill, the original game, but also this Betrayal Legacy game, which I'm really looking forward to playing this Halloween. By the way, I played Horrify, which I showed last night, the Universal Monsters theme game. It's really good. I lost right at the end. I killed Dracula. I beat his coffins, and then I faced him down with a stake, some holy water, and sunlight. Those things all kind of came into play one way or the other. Made up the sunlight part. But the game is ripe for that. Ripe for stories like that, or how I defeated him, because you defeat him with certain items. And then you can make up a story about how these items you were able to defeat him. Which I think adds to the game. A lot of fun. All right, guys, that's it for now. Dean of DVD saying good night.